내 침대를 전부 찾아라. 공간에 배당을 옮기듯 흥라력을 서이가 가시 사들이 전부 죽나? 먼저 율라력을 현재 이만한 법을 띠듯 먼저 율라력이 한국 회사는 차오듯 지금 나도 우리 정말 기뻐하기를 때는 양날에 말해 우리 뛰어니 끼셔라기 우리 주덕 남이 더 적라도
So what Nomadic Skies is really about is to try and create a slower form of tourism, a tourism that really engages and benefits local communities and local people. So to travel up and explore a fabulous scenery, but also really get to understand a culture, an amazing people, and to allow that to absorb you. It's a slower form of tourism and a more engaged form of tourism. So the journey we take people on, we start with the culture of Kathmandu Valley. We explore particularly the Buddhism culture there, and then we take people deep into the Himalayas and Dolpo through 2 internal flights, and we bring in some of our staff who are actually from the northwest of Nepal, who speak Tibetan, who are from this area. We bring in a great chef. We do it as a camping exploration, but we go and spend a lot of time within people's houses also. We've engaged with local amchis, the Tibetan herbalists and healers, to take us out to show us the way in which the herbs are used, the natural plants are used for natural healing. We've also engaged with the lamas and the holy men of this amazing religion and got them to explain the religion, show us some of their festivals, their activities, and very much linking into the elders of the village to tell us about the history of the village, younger people to explain about the way in which they are finding living in this area. This is an area in transition, and it's very interesting to speak to young people about how they're coping with that transition.
So the mountain areas, it's a special area because it's a meeting point between the cultures of the Tibetan areas and then the people coming from the Indian subcontinent. So the Himalayas are the meeting point of different cultures. But in Phoksundo in particular, it's the place where the ancient Tibetan culture and tradition is well preserved here. And then the nature and landscape is so much preserved that you almost feel a kind of a sacred experience here. And the combination of the monasteries, the cultural traditions, and the belief systems that have so much appreciation of the landscape and human connections, that's so much special about Phoksundo.
So this is the apex of the trip, utterly spectacular location, a lake that you have to see to believe the colour, the ever-changing turquoise, deep blue colour of Lake Phoksundo. But also behind us is the most fabulous community, the Dolpo Pa, the people of Dolpo. Amazing culture. But our journey up takes us through deep forested valleys to Tibetan communities that actually have seen very little tourism up to this spectacular location, surrounded, ringed by mountains and glaciers. The most phenomenal place to come to. And the people of Ringbo, they are Tibetan in origin, in culture. They speak Tibetan. It's one of the reasons why we use a lot of people from the northwest of Nepal who also speak Tibetan. They are amongst the friendliest people in the world. We found when you engage, it's a cultural sharing. It's not just hearing their stories. They're so fascinated in us. And often the other treks, they tend to just pass through and not have that level of interaction. And that's one of the most phenomenal things, the most interesting things about these journeys, is the interaction you can have with local people.
More or less, this travel slower and travel deeper. That way, the local people are also benefited more. So that was the idea behind the Nomadic Skies, and we have been running this form of tour where the tourists actually spend more time and resources in local communities and culture, and also have a better appreciation of the environment. And that has also transformed the trekkers in many ways, actually, that they feel connected with the nature, connected with local communities.
That was an incredible trek, really. I feel that we, as a group, we became part of a big family, really. You really felt part of it. It's very special.
Yeah, I can't really explain the experience. What was my most memorable was sitting in the little tea house with those ladies singing. Was just awesome. It actually nearly made me cry. It was just amazing. Yeah.
The pace that we went at and allowed us to stop, allowed us to take our time, allowed us to meet people, whether they be, as commonly important as the Lama, or just individual people within their homes. You can't do that if you're just going to, blast through 10, 15k a day. You have to take your time. Before coming, I had certain expectations. I tried not to, but I did. However, those expectations were totally surpassed. It's a place that you can't imagine. You really, truly have to visit.